This is a mini lesson analysis on Marth versus Peach. Typically speaking, I don't really know. No, a lot of this matchup is game plan. You really can't whiff punish Sheik's flow, like Peach's flow cancel aerials that far away with a wave dash and grab. It's just too slow. You have to be very close to Peach, typically with a pivot grab, and also, you know, it needs to be a dash dance grab, not a wave dash grab. And typically, you don't down tilt in place Peach. Like you only down tilt in this matchup to like reactively punish her turnips if you're close enough. Otherwise, like the down tilt is actually actively negative because one, they could, you know, dash attack you, but two, like if you get hit by down smash, you will die. You will regret your life choices. Also, there instead of fair, you probably should have dared that instead because, you know, could have combo that. And also avoid playing overly defensive against Peach because she could always pull a turnip. So you always want to be active with the dash dance. And then, like, you know, you could think about zoning later depending on how she's doing her floats. But always, always, always dash dance proactively against her. Otherwise, like, you're letting her set up, like, all those turnips. Playing a losing game. And there, like, you can't just run in against turnip. Like, you need to maneuver around while still actively threatened, typically with a full hop. And, like, you know, maybe you go in, maybe you don't, but you know for sure as you initially drift in with the full hop. You know, you could watch Mango's Marth of how he plays around, like, he still threatens Peach with full hop. Because at the moment, doing it grounded is tough. Like, grounded is only good when they do aerial turnips. Yeah. No, not forward smash. You gotta F tilt that. And yeah, I kind of botched combo route there. Oh, you gotta do that fair sooner. You had enough time to react with the distance that you were between her. And yeah, this, like, every time you see Peach dash back, right, like, you know, while you're having a lot of space, you need to close in immediately. Yeah, unfortunately. Maybe I would forward tilt that rather than up tilt. That somehow worked. I mean, I don't think that's an okay forward smash. Not what I would have done, but I probably would have extended the situation more. Yeah, I feel like you're very slow to react in these kind of spots, but also at the same time, like, I don't know, short hopping, it's quite tricky in a sense of, like, you know, you only really short hop if you know for a fact that they are going to play like a float mix up. Like, you know, they full hop float, they like do this like undershoot float in place, but otherwise, like, you know, you're stuck in these, like, you know, kind of these scrappy situations, and now you're very vulnerable. I mean, like, one exception that you could try to do, but it generally doesn't work well is to nair. Otherwise, like, you know, to better play these positions, like, you have to dash dance. Like, dash dance grab or dash dance just, like, extend the situation. That's what you kind of need to do against Peach, rather than, like, doing, like, you know, risking your vulnerability, you know, just to get, like, a tipper fair. It's, like, not worth. But also, at the same time, you don't want to play overly safe with jump back fair, because then you're given an opportunity to turn up, which is why, primarily, you need to be proactive against Peach. You gotta be also a lot closer to that. Like, you know, given how far away you were, it's like, well, like, now you can't ever punish this down smash because you're playing too far away. Like, yes, you need to play far enough away to avoid dash attack, but you could also be close enough to punish that down smash, which, yeah, you're just playing overly far away. That's the problem. And, you know, when they jump like that, you know, when they were doing all of that, it's okay to jump. But again, it should be a secondary thing rather than a primary thing. And, like, always, like, you know, general rule of thumb is that you typically shouldn't call out Peach with an approach unless she's pulling turnip. Otherwise, like, you want to counter hit like 80% of the time. It's just generally better value, especially since you know, especially since, wow, they are really wasting their stitches. You really want to counter hit because you know, you could just react better off of it. You know, you could punish bad approaches like dash attack better. And you know, it's also in your best interest to be faster about this sort of thing. If at the moment, like you're too far away, like you kind of do this too far away, and you input the grab too slow. You need to be a lot faster with those kind of those dash dance grab openings. Like you shouldn't only dash dance grab in this matchup for sure, but like when you do, you need to be pretty quick with it overall. And you know, like again, the occasional zoning is fine if you know for sure they're gonna jump. But again, not a go-to. And yeah, and especially like if you're too far away, don't dash dance grab. Like just like keep pressure. Like the primary thing about dashing this matchup is that you could pressure really well with it, and you can always threaten. But you're not necessarily guaranteed a dash dance grab, but that's okay. Like, you know, eventually the peach is going to break with something like, you know, dash attack, down tilt, or a bad flow cancel. That's how you could get like the more high level dash dance grab aside from like, you know, the dash attacks. But yeah, that's why you shouldn't just be spamming zoning there. Too far away there, by the way, but they didn't spot dodge. But I probably would not fall up there. Like, probably the better way to play it is that you just dash out of the way or way dash out of the way they're falling there and then forward smash them. Rather than like risking your life that full hop up there. Yeah, that's fine. Pay it off. And you know, if you know that they're going to be floating here, it's not a bad idea to actually like just run up near them. If you run up near them, is actually decent reward. But not all the time, obviously, especially if they're holding down. Which, you know, Peach is kind of known for doing that. Oh, you gotta do that nair. You gotta fastball that nair. You didn't fastball it. That's why it like did not work at all. And also try to react. Also, typically speaking, a lot of Peaches, like, when you, like, jump, I would typically short hop here, and they're usually going to panic air dodge, and then you do a late fair to dare. You actually probably could have won the game off of that. So that's, like, a setup that you didn't seem to be aware of. Can't just, like, hit them because they're gonna air dodge through you. Also, instead of full hopping at them, you want to dash and then full hop if you're going to try to hit them. That's a tough position. And yeah, you got stuck there, strangely. But overall, like, just kind of not the right tools of how you're playing game plans against Peach. I think just overall with your dash stance grab, you're just playing too far away, and you're not proactive enough in the matchup. You're also, and you know, you have better tool. Like, I want you to full up against grounded turnips. The aerial turnips, you typically crouch power shield, but overall, like, you need to have a more proactive, tighter dash dance game plan against Peach.